Hey, Luke Evanshen here. Just wanted to go over a little bit of exterior glazing and panels in Revit Architecture 2018. So as we're looking at the facade of this model here, we can see how the floor at certain instances when it meets with the inside face of the facade of the glazing of the curtain wall, we can see how it leaves a little bit to be desired in terms of aesthetic and presentation because the slab is clearly visible. So how I have been tackling this in a manual sense, and sometimes it's very difficult to get a grid segment on the curtain wall where it needs to be able to place it. So typically I'll place two different grid segments within reasonable proximity, and then I'll just use the align tool on the edge of the slab. Align, lock, align, lock, and then create a mullion for each. And then to approach the process of creating, I guess, this aesthetic that we have here, which is kind of a wood panel sandwiched between the glass panels on a vertical axis. So as I'm looking at these panels, that's what I'm trying to achieve. So if we hover on the right, sometimes it will make it more challenging to actually select the panels depending upon what part of the panel you're on. So if you hover right and you tab, if you hover above the right hand side of the panel, it's kind of tricky, and you tab a couple times, you should be able to select the individual panel. To select all, right click, select panels along horizontal axis. You see you have vertical axis, panels on host. So along horizontal axis we'll select this row of panels. Now I've prepared a piece of wall to act as the facade coloring here, and I've labeled it facade panel. So as you see, I've replaced all of what were once glass panels through which you could then see the concrete floor slab for that floor. Now I've replaced them all with opaque wall panels. But you can see how in many instances Revit will actually automatically load panels in the wrong direction. So we're going to have to I just wanted to demonstrate that by showing that all the panels are black. They're the right type of wall, but they're actually flipped in the wrong direction. Sometimes Revit isn't as intuitive, isn't as artificially intelligent as we'd like it to be, and so we have to do things like we have to deal with these little semantic details within the application. So as you see, these are all a nice kind of woody or coppery color on the outside. These are as well, but the panel's been flipped. So again, we're going to hover in the right part of the panel, select the individual panel, right click, select panels along horizontal grid. So all panels are selected, hit spacebar, which should flip them around. And now you can see they've been flipped around. So now we're creating kind of a nice alternating color scheme on the facade. As you can see over here, I'm kind of experimenting with different color schemes. So this could be, I mean, adding different colored panels to window systems is a great way to make your building a little bit more presentable, a little bit nicer to look at. And there's a lot of different options in terms of customizing panels that is a great thing to master in Revit. So I think I'll just keep it at that for now. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like my posts. It helps me out a lot. Cheers.